and welcome to my channel. I would like to take a look with you at a basic move which is called the Cupid. And the Cupid looks like this. And I always thought that it's actually pretty boring, like it's just a triangle shape and not much more. But if you get really good and really comfortable at doing the Cupid, you can actually do so cool things out of it. Like you can always use it as like transitions between other moves to make it look more fluid, make it look more elegant. And yeah, so it's really worth it. Like I would have never thought so until I got to that point where I was actually automatically like using it all the time. And yeah, that's why I just made this video, to help you master this little move that sometimes causes a little bit of trouble. So today I would like to have a look first at what our body positioning is like when we're in a Cupid and what we should pay special attention to. I'm going to share all of that on the floor, and I encourage you to do so as well, to practice it on the floor first, just because we're more relaxed and calm and we can really focus on all the different things that are happening. Then I'll show you a little conditioning exercise that you can build into your training, and yeah, by just doing that conditioning exercise you're also in that Cupid position. So your body gets more used to that position and you will feel more comfortable in it. Afterwards we take it up into the air and have a look how it's going there, and have a look at different entries. So I just hope to give you the necessary motivation to work on that move and to finally master it. So this is what the Cupid looks like. I'm gonna do it up in the air. So that's the Cupid. So Cupid on the floor. First of all, we want to place our outside foot right next to the pole. Our outside hand comes just across our chest. Our inside hand doesn't need to be too high up, and we're just gonna bring our inside leg through. Now we're gonna lean away from the pole a little bit to make it easier to really get the pole into our knee here. As we do so, we want the leg to be parallel to the floor. More or less, it doesn't have to be perfect. A good indicator of whether we have a good knee grip or not is actually our foot. If it's pointing like really far down, it's really likely that the knee grip is actually not the best. So we just want to readjust it and make sure that we're trying to lift that foot up. The next thing we want to pay attention to is to really engage our glutes. So we want to squeeze our bum to press our hips forwards. So we want to come out of this shape here and really squeeze the hips forwards. Another important thing here is that the further away my upper body is from the pole now, the better my knee grip actually gets. So I can just take my hand down to here and try to lean away further, and you realize how you're actually getting a better knee grip here than when you're up here or trying to hold on to the pole like this, or kind of crunching like that, because you're kind of losing this good grip that you have by changing that body positioning. So we are alternating the whole body position just by moving in and grabbing the pole with our outside hand, for example. So, as I said, you've got the option to just come down with your inside hand, and we can just release it here and readjust our body positioning again, because we turned in, so we destroyed it, and now we just want to reposition here. And we can just hold it here now, just to get our body used to that position. So really think of those things. Your foot wants to come to your bum is pushing your hips forwards, and yeah, our upper body is as far away as possible to get a better knee grip. So let's hop out of this quickly. If you have the impression that this is like a little bit too much to pay attention to, you can also try to just focus on the knee grip first. So we just do all the same things. So we're bringing through our inside leg, placing it onto the pole, around the pole, really getting it into the knee here. And now we're still holding onto the pole with both hands, but then we're going to take the inside hand off and actually grab our ankle here. And now we can kind of support the whole movement by pushing our ankle, or like a whole bottom part of the leg, our foot, towards our bum, and this will help us to also like bring our hips forward more, and yeah, just hold it here. Despite holding your leg with your hand, try to still feel the engagement in the muscles, just to be able to later do it by yourself without the help of the hand. Always remember, practice makes perfect, you'll get there. So now let's have a look. We feel safe in that position already, so we could even let go of the hand. So I'm just down here and I'm feeling really safe. I'm thinking about all the things, so I could even start to let go of the hand and just hold it here now. And in the beginning, just try holding it for a few seconds and then come back. And as you feel more and more comfortable, you can start doing different arm shapes here. Just play around with it a little. Alrighty, so once we feel safe of letting go of the pole, we can actually do a little conditioning exercise out of this. So just make sure your pole's not on spinning, because that might like disturb you a little bit while you're doing so. So I'm going to do all the same things to get into the Cupid. And now I'm here, I'm feeling safe, so I can let go. Then for the first exercise, we can just hold it here for now, or we can do side sit-ups. So you can go down and up, and down and up. We're really engaging our side abs here, so our oblique muscles. And here, to make this a little bit harder, we can take our hands all the way up and do the same thing again. And one last time. There we go. So to make this a little bit more interesting and level up again, because you're like, oh no, that's pretty easy, I'm feeling good here, you can also move your bottom leg a little bit around. So we can come all the way to here, as far as we can, and then we bend and straighten it, and bend and straighten. We can also do this with our arms up, coming down and bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Or you make it look more dance-alike and we just mix it up a little. So we just come all the way down, down, ooh. So just mixing it up a little bit here, just to make sure to get a feeling for the bottom leg as well here. So to sum it up, pay attention to whether you really have that pole properly in your knee. Then also try to pull your foot into your bum, engaging your glutes, pushing the hips forward, that's the next thing. So we've got the foot pushing, hips pushing forward. And also pay attention to what your upper body's doing. Like when it's leaning away, it's usually easier to get there. That's why usually you just have to get over that moment of fear of leaning away from the pole. You have to get over that fear of falling down to actually be able to get that feeling of safety in that move. So since we're in pole dancing, we always want to train both sides. So be nice to your body. Your body's going to be so grateful about it when you train it properly and paying attention to both sides. So we want to take it up into the air now, but we're just going to take like an ugly entry just to get into it, just so you're not too confused by focusing on like the way in too much, but just really being able to focus on the move itself. For this, we want to be on our tippy toes and just really get our knee as high up as we can. And now we just want to place the outside leg a little bit higher onto the pole as well. Just be aware that your leg is going to be sliding a little. So now we're just going to be pressing into that leg to get our hips up, and now we're going to think about all those things. So we want to engage our butt to squeeze the hips forwards. Our leg is pressing towards our bum, and you can also see how my bottom foot is actually sliding down a little bit, just to be able to get that triangle shape that we practice on the ground again. I'm just going to quickly show it once more. So we want to be on our tippy toes first. We're going to lift our inside leg as high up as we can, holding onto the pole with both hands, just as we did before, the inside arms higher up. And now we just want to lift the outside leg too and place it onto the pole. We're going to place it like across our sole, just like this, to get as much skin as we can onto the pole so we get better grip here. So we actually want it to be like a little bit diagonal over our foot. So tippy toes, leg as high up as we can, pole into that right spot at the foot, and we're just pressing with that leg to come all the way up. Here I'm still holding on to it with my hands, and I'm really trying to adjust all those things. So I'm pressing my foot towards my bum, my hips are pushing forwards because I'm engaging my butt, and you can see that my bottom leg is sliding down slightly. And also, if you feel safe, you can let go of the outside hand and you realize that you will actually feel much safer because you get a better grip, because you're not crunching towards the pole, but it allows you to bring your hips through further, which makes it easier for you to hold. To get out of it, we're just placing the hand back on, and we can just take the bottom leg off again and come all the way down. So now when we got into that position, we can do different things to get used to that move again. So let's just do it again. We're on our tippy toes, bringing that leg as high as we can, really trying to place the pole into the knee pit. Inside hands above, the other hands more or less to where my chest will be once I come up. And now I'm lift up the bottom leg, place it on the right spot on the sole of my foot, and I press all the way up. Now I'm squeezing my inside foot towards my bum here, and I'm engaging my glutes to push my hips forwards. And yeah, if I feel safe, I can take the hand off, and I realize I can rotate out more. What you can try out here now is to bring this hand on again, so having both hands on, and grab the ankle here and hold it, just to support that knee grip. And then we can try to let go. Maybe that seems like a better option for you. And then we can bring it both on again. If that's okay, we can come closer as well with our hand and try to let go of the other hand here, and just to be able to lean further away. And if we're really happy in that place, we can let go of that arm as well, coming all the way down, or even bending our foot as we did before. For the last option of like bending my foot, it's actually easier if I'm already away from the pole, then I can bend it nicely and come back up. So we don't want to stay up here and then bend because it's slightly awkward here, but we just want to come down first to bring our hips further out, and then we can bend a little. And we hop back out. So there are also many different entries just to make this look a little bit nicer than our like improvised entry just before. So one of them is the Reiko entry, which looks like this. There we go. And here we also have like different options. Firstly, you want to place your foot like on a good spot again. So you want to place diagonally like this. And if we have the left foot on the pole, I want to have my left arm below the right one as well. So now we really want to press in that leg and lift the other one away. So I'm pressing and lifting away. But now we're going to do the same thing. Just we're going to press up and take the other leg up. So I'm pressing, pulling the knee towards me, opening up on the top, and then I'm pushing with my arms towards the pole and turning out to come into the Cupid. Just like this. Another way to do the Reiko entry would be to bring the leg through under your arms, which would look like this. So I'm here and I'm bringing my leg here, sliding the other leg further down. So this is an option also. And we can also combine both of them. So a mixture would be to bring my leg up first, then bring it back down and through my body and the pole. So it would just look like this. So I'm bringing it all the way up, bringing it down, bending, and placing it onto the pole, and I'll have to make the bottom leg slide again. And I'm in the Cupid once more. So my favorite entry is actually through the forearm grip climb. So if you like, you can check out my climbing video as well, where I'm just explaining how to do it nicely. So it looks like this. I'm just going to do a climb here. Now I'm pressing my body away with that arm, and I can do nice leg shapes here. Or I can hook that leg onto the pole and press away with the other one, getting the nice body adjustment, and I can let go and come back out of it. So we can also get into the Cupid out of an outside leg hang. So for the outside leg hang entry, I just want to do an outside leg hang first. So hooking my outside leg in, bringing my bottom hand, so the inside hand down, and at about face height or shoulder height, I'm just gonna press myself away, place the foot onto the pole, and then press into that foot to lift my body up. And I'm in the Cupid. Woo! There we go. There are advantages to this room being so small. And come out of it. Woo. So just try out all the different entries and check out which one's the best for you, because each body's a little bit different. So you might find out that for some entries you'll actually feel like you really get into the Cupid well, whereas others are still gonna be, a little struggle, and it's gonna take you a little bit of time to get used to them. So have fun with those entries, and any questions, just let me know in the comments below, and happy training!